Okay, all right. Well, good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Let's see if I can get some music playing here in the background. And we'll give everybody a few minutes to chime in. Let's see here. Well, good evening, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I want to welcome you to the live stream tonight. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Felita Daniely, and I am an Avon representative and independent sales representative, and also I am a leadership representative as well. I have been with Avon for, I think this month is my 23rd year, so I have been around for an extremely long time. Have seen a lot of changes within the company, um, both good and bad, but I have weathered the storm throughout it all. So I am here to just wanted to chat with you all tonight. And as I mentioned in my little short video, I said, I don't know everything, but I do know some things. So I hope that we have an opportunity to chat tonight, and I hope that you have some questions, okay? So I'd like to just kind of give you a background of how I actually got started in Avon and tell you a little bit about my story. So I grew up on using Avon products. I grew up, my mother used to always buy the Avon silicone glove hand cream, and I used to just love that hand cream. And excuse me, Avon used to also sell the Feeling Fresh soap, and I was just totally hooked on that Feeling Fresh soap. So between the Feeling Fresh soap and the Feeling Fresh roll-on, in addition to the bubble bath and the silicone glove hand cream, those became my favorite products. And my mother worked with a lady who sold Avon, and so we used to purchase all of our products from her. However, the lady ended up, she stopped selling Avon. And so I went for a long period of time and couldn't find anyone who sold the products. So I used to go out to this flea market out in Decatur. It was located in the Candler Mall discount, Candler Road discount mall. And I used to go out there um, every 2 to 3 weeks or so and purchase my products. And I found myself spending on an average of $40 every time I went. And so one day, I just kind of got tired of going out there because it was a good little distance from me. So I just kind of said to myself, I said, you know, I'm sure that I am not the only one who is looking for an Avon representative. And so I said to myself, I said, I might as well go ahead and become an Avon representative. And so that's exactly what I did. I decided to become an Avon representative right after that. But at the time, um, I had a lot going on in my life at the time. Um, I was a mother, I was a wife, I was working a full-time job. So I really didn't have a lot of time to actually put into the business, but I mainly just kind of sold to friends and family and like coworkers. I guess I really didn't see the vision the first time around when I sold. And so I just kind of made a little money. And again, the key word here is that I did not have the vision. I did not see the money. And I remember one day telling my husband after coming home from a meeting, I remember telling my husband, I said, um, if Avon had the if their business um, model was constructed in the network marketing with recruit and build a team, I could actually see myself doing the business full time. And so um, I don't know why I said that, and I wasn't even familiar with network marketing at the time when I actually said that, but I just kind of put it out there. And I purchased like a lot of samples during the first time around when I was in Avon. And for some reason, when I stopped selling Avon, I think I sold for about a couple of years or so. It was just kind of a hobby for me. And so after the first couple of years, I kind of decided that, life had gotten busier. And so I said, well, I'm going to stop selling Avon. And so I did. I stopped selling Avon, started buying back at the Candler Road flea market. And so after I was gone for several years, I decided one day after getting burnout with corporate America, and I found out that Avon had introduced the leadership program. And when I found out that they had introduced the leadership program, that was good news for me because I got excited about the opportunity and what I was thinking of all of the possibilities of what I could actually do with the business. And that's exactly how I ended up in the business, actually coming back for the second time around. So the first time that I was in Avon, it was nothing but a hobby. The second time around, I made a decision. I made a quality decision that I was going to make money. I was going to make it my full-time income. And so, as life would have it, I ended up having my second child, which was my daughter. And I found myself driving back and forth to work an hour to an hour and a half every single day, and it was wearing on me. I was driving an hour to an hour and a half to get to work in the morning, an hour to an hour and a half to get back home at night. And I was getting off at 5 o'clock in the evenings. And so when I got off work at night, I was plumb tired. And so when I got home, I still had to cook. I still had to do my mommy and wifely duties. I still had to cook. I still had to help with homework. I still had to do all of those things that was required of me as a mom and as a wife. And eventually it took its toll on me. And so I had gotten to the point where I was had gotten depressed because it was like every Sunday night I would get into this depressed mode, and I I know more than likely I was just overwhelmed at the time. I was totally overwhelmed that I had to get back out there on the road again and do the same thing over and over and over and over again. And I was in a position, I worked as an administrative assistant, and I didn't like the job was okay, but I did not like being confined all day long. I remember how when I would be sitting at my desk, I would just daydream and look out the window. I never had an office with a window, but my supervisor's office always was connected to mine, and I was always able to just kind of connect and just kind of dream and look over into my supervisor's office to look out the window. So I started dreaming. I started just thinking about all of the possibilities of what it would be like and what it would feel like working from home, being my own boss, being in control of my own time and my own income. And so I remember before I made the decision to make the big jump, we had bought our home that we're currently in now, and I had set up my office in my downstairs area. And every single day, I used to walk in my office and I used to say, "Thank you, God, that this will be my full time job one day. Thank you, God, that this will be my full-time job one day. Thank you, God, that this will be my full-time job one day." And I said that 3 times every single morning before I left out the door. Now, keep in mind, I was a very shy, very timid type of person, and people see me now and they say, "Felita, there is no way you were, you were quiet and timid," but I was. I literally was quiet and very timid. And so I said that every single day that I left my home until finally I built up enough courage to finally turn in my resignation and leave my corporate job. That was the best decision that I could have ever made in my life. Because one thing, number one, it helped me to really get to know who I was. It really helped me to step outside, learn to step outside my comfort zone. For some reason, I felt like being inside the corporate world, like there was a cap over my head for some reason. I never had a desire to be like a director of anything. I just never had a desire for any of that. I've always been entrepreneur minded and always wanted to have my own business. So that was my ultimate goal, was to have my own business. And as a matter of fact, during the time that I actually had come back to Avon for the second time around, I had actually joined another direct sales company at the time, and I stayed for about maybe about a year to a year and a half, and I did pretty well with that company. But my heart was still with Avon, because with that particular company, you had to, the only way you could make money was that you had to go out, you had to schedule classes, you had to go out, you had to do demonstrations in front of people, and that was how you sold your product. You had to have your skincare products available, and people had to actually sit at the table, try the products on. Now, I can tell you this: the products were much more expensive, and you had to find a specific clientele to sell the products. So it was more of a premier skincare line that I sold. So I had some knowledge of skincare when I came back to Avon, because I got a lot of my training from the previous direct sales company that I was in. But when I came back to Avon, I was very knowledgeable, I was very focused, and I was ready to make it happen. I was ready to make it happen. So, one day I finally got to the point, I got enough courage up enough to make a decision to finally leave my job. And when I finally left my job, it was the scariest thing that I could have ever done. But at the same time, it was one of the best decisions I could have ever made for myself because it helped me to learn about myself. I was so young, I didn't know about myself. I wasn't really clear about really what I wanted to do. I just knew that I wanted my own business. I wanted to be in control of my own time and my own future. I wanted to set the standards of what I wanted to do. I wanted to have that freedom and flexibility to be available for my family when my family needed me. Because anytime my children were sick or anything like that, and I had to call in when I was on my corporate job, I always came back the next day where it was, somebody had an attitude. It was like I always had to deal with this, but I had always said that no job would ever come before my family. And I kept that promise to myself and to my family. And whenever my children were sick, I never went to a job because my children needed me first. And so when I took the launch and took the leap to become full time in the company, it took me an extremely long period of time to get to the point where I actually had built a solid business. Um, I started recruiting immediately when I started the company, started recruiting immediately, and I was selling a lot. And in order for you to really make money when you first start a business, you have to find customers. You have to connect with customers. You have to connect with customers and find customers in order for you to make money. Now, leadership is the most profitable part of the business, but it takes much longer to start making money in the leadership program than it does with sales. You can go out today and you can sell, three, $400, $500 worth of products to anybody and everybody, and you can make money just like that. Whereas with leadership, it's a long process. And with leadership also, there is basically a numbers game because you're going to have, if you recruit 100 people, this is the way I came to understand leadership. If you recruited 100 people in a year's time, you're always going to have a third coming, a third leaving, and a third that are going to be established. So you're always dealing with a third. You always got a third coming, which is your new blood, and you always have to have new blood coming into the business. You're going to have a third staying, okay? And then you're also going to have a third leaving. So when you look at your numbers in leadership, out of that 100 people that you recruited in that year's time, you're only going to have about 30 to 35 people who are actually going to stay with you, who are actually going to be active. So the numbers were huge when it came to leadership. And I don't know really what kept me going because it took me probably almost 3 years before I actually started really making money in leadership. As a matter of fact, I think it took me almost 5 years to be perfectly honest. I would get a check for maybe $100 here, $50 here, a couple $100 there, but it was never real money. And when I say real money, I'm saying checks in excess of $1,000 or more. So, so in the beginning, you have to focus on finding customers. And if you don't find customers, there is no way you're going to be able to make money. For some reason, when people come into the business, they automatically start saying, well, you can't make any money selling Avon. You can make money. You just have to find customers. And customers is the key to growing your business and making money. So if you can balance both sales and leadership, that is the way to go. Because even though it took me a long period of time to build my leadership business, my leadership paid me on the back end. My sales business paid me on the front end, and my leadership business paid me on the back end, because there were times in my business that I was able to step away and not do anything. And my business carried me for an extremely long time. As a matter of fact, when I was diagnosed with breast cancer back in 2019, I did not work my business for at least a couple of years. And as a matter of fact, I actually just really actively came back last year. And my business kept flowing throughout that entire time. I continued to um, get leadership bonus checks every 2 weeks. And and don't get me wrong, you do also have to continue to keep your sales going as well. You do have to maintain a minimum of $200 in sales every campaign in order to qualify. You have to meet team sales. You have to also have personal sales as well in order to qualify for your leadership bonus. So as long as you meet those minimum qualifications, Avon will send you a check for um, training and mentoring your team. So, like I said, even though it took me a longer period of time to make money in leadership, leadership has been the most profitable because it has paid me in the long run. So there was a time where I had an extremely large business. And of course, if you don't work your business in a couple of years or so and you take your focus off of your business, you're going to lose a lot of people. So that's exactly what happened, because my focus at the time was to just focus on healing, getting well. And that's exactly what I did. I stepped away to take care of me. And that's exactly what I did. And I am grateful. I am thankful that I had customers who stuck by me, who continued to place orders. Thankful for my husband who, stuck by me when I couldn't get out and make deliveries or anything like that. My husband, helped me out in that area. And I'm also thankful that we also had online. We had our website where people can go directly to our websites and place orders as well. So, yeah, that's my story of how I actually got started in the business. And so I wanted to share that with you. And I am going to open it up to Q&A shortly. And one thing that I wanted to share with you um, as well is a little bit of training here. I'm going to do a separate video on this, but this is your What's New demo guide for any of new representatives who are coming into the business and you don't recognize what this is. This is called the What's New demo guide, and you will get one of these every time you place an order. Okay, every time you place an order. So we just placed our orders for campaign 18. So the demo guide that came in that order was demo guide 20. So this is campaign 20 demo guide. And whatever you see on the front of this page tells you what that campaign brochure is going to look like. Okay, so this is what your campaign 20 brochure is going to look like. So one of the reasons why you are able to get the What's New demo guide, and let me mention this to you as well. This is for your eyes only. This is not for your customers. You do not share this brochure with your customers. If you do not place an order in the campaign, it is available online where you can download it in PDF form and have it for your records. So, just keep that in mind. So when you place your campaign 18 order, the brochures that come in that order are going to be 2 campaigns ahead, which will be campaign 20. So this is you see this on here. It says campaign 20. Let me see if I can find it here. Right here. It says campaign 20. Okay. So this is campaign 20, and this is what your campaign 20 brochure is going to look like. What Avon does is that they give you an opportunity to order demonstration products before, like a month ahead before it's actually available to the public, before the public actually has an opportunity to see it. So when you open up the What's New demo guide, it tells you everything that you need to know right here in the representative level right here. Okay. It says if your sales level is if your sales level is a contender, which means that you have campaign sales of between um, $1 and $39.99, you don't earn any commission. So understand that you have to have a minimum order of $40 plus in order to earn any commissions. Now, if you are a contender, it tells you right here. If you are a contender, which means that um, they have orders, they place orders of at least $40 plus. Okay, $40 plus. Okay, so if your campaign sales are at least $40 plus, you are considered a contender, which means that you would actually earn 25% commission right here, 25% commission on beauty and jewelry. Okay. You will also earn 20% commission. You'll see it right here. 20% commission on fashion and home products. And when you see fashion and home products, that's anything that you see in here that's fashion. Okay. And another thing you can look for is you'll see a little star symbol next to it that looks like this right here. Okay, that's a little star symbol. That tells you that that is not a full commissionable product. So you will earn less commission on those products. And the reason why is because the cost for those products is more. So Avon has to pay more for that merchandise. And so therefore, you can't make as much money because the cost is more. So when Avon, of course, is making their own products, you can make more money by more of the products that you sell with those. Now, keep in mind that when you sell products like, when your focus is on selling products like clothing, clothing is something people can easily go out and buy somewhere else. You know, you can't tell customers what they need to buy or what they should buy. Your focus and your goal is to get people on the skincare and the body care products so that you can have repeat customers who are coming back to you consistently, at least once a month or once every other month. That is your goal. You want to be able to have product knowledge about your products so that you can continue to sell more and make more money. That is the ultimate goal. Okay, that is the ultimate goal. So when you get a customer who wants to come in here and who wants to buy clothing, who wants to buy shoes and things of that nature, always ask that customer, well, Miss Jones, can you tell me what type of skincare you actually use? Okay, and if she tells you what type of skincare she uses, ask her, have you ever tried any of Avon skincare? Okay. If she has, excuse me, if she has never tried any of Avon skincare, offer her some type of moisturizer. Ask her, first of all, ask her what is her skin type. If she's dry, is she normal to oily, or if she's oily? You want to find out that first. And when you find out, her skin type, you can actually purchase samples to give to her to try before she buys. A lot of times customers just they don't know about the products, okay? And nobody has shared with them about the products or how good the products are. Sometimes people end up, like a lot of my customers who started off with me purchasing like body care, it was me introducing them to skincare because if you do not open up your mouth, as they always say, a closed mouth won't get fed. You have to open up your mouth. Now, it's a little bit different now that people are ordering directly from your website. Anytime someone goes directly to my website and they place an order, I automatically send them an email to say thank you for your business. I appreciate your business, because the reality is that that customer could have purchased from anybody. That customer could have purchased from Avon.com. That customer could have purchased from anybody online. But if they shopped at your website, it's generally because they made some type of connection with you. And most of the time, it's not necessarily because you've been posting all over on social media. It's because you've made some type of connection with you. You have to understand, when it comes to sales, people buy from people who they, number one, know, number two, who they like, and number three, who they trust. So, know, like, and trust is a big factor when it comes to sales. Okay. You don't have to be a hardcore salesperson with Avon at all, because most people have generally have generally bought products at some point or a time in their life. And they generally come to you to buy some products that they probably can't find. They can't find another representative. So they decided to buy from you. So when you get a customer, don't just ignore that customer. Send that customer an email with a nice little thank you picture to say, thank you for your business. I appreciate you shopping with me at my web store. And then also put in that email to say, if you would like to try some of my samples, or if you would like to try some of the skincare samples, I'd love to give you a personal one-on-one consultation. You can schedule a call to do a one-on-one consultation to, number one, find out exactly what the customer is currently using, and then find replacements of the products that that customer is generally using. Okay, that is one of the best ways to do it. I have had customers who like back in the day, I would go out to all these different businesses and stuff, and I would leave brochures all in businesses. I would leave them in doctors' offices. This was when we were spending lots of money on brochures. And even though we spent lots of money, we did get lots of sales. It's something about this Avon brochure that people like to be able to have in their hands. So I know that we are in the digital economy. I highly encourage you to purchase at least a minimum of one pack of these, which is 10 brochures, and always have these available. And I want to tell you the reason why is because when you have older customers don't like to deal with the internet. They want to be able to browse through this brochure, and they want to be able to call you to say, can you, honey, can you order this for me? I'd like to order this. They like to do that. They are still old fashioned. Okay. So keep in mind that when you are dealing with some customers, you're going to have some customers who are going to want to call you all the time to place an order. You're going to have some customers who are going to just go directly to your website and place orders. And you're going to have some customers who just going to email you their orders all the time. So you're going to find that as you build customers over time, you're going to have different personalities and different shopping styles on how people actually like to shop from you. But never take a customer for granted, because customers like to shop with people who they know, who they like, and who they trust. That is the key to building a successful sales business. Okay. All right. So I said all of that. I did not finish the information that I was going to share with you on the What's New demo guide. Now, in the What's New demo guide, you when you look through the what's new demo guide, you're going to see a lot of support tools. Like this will be your support tool. Now I always take this out and I put it in some type of notebook that I can use as a reference. I can go back and I can reference it. Okay, because if you have customers who ask you about a specific product, never tell them you don't know anything about the product. Tell them that you will check on it and you will find out the information and you'll get back to them. And the reason why you don't want to say you don't know is because the first thing they're going to say is, well, why in the world are you selling Avon if you don't know? So product knowledge is key to growing your sales business, okay? But whenever you see these support tools inside the What's New demo guide, tear those out and keep them in a notebook or some type of file folder or something so that you can have a reference tool to be able to go back and reference that information so that if you have customers, the more you learn, again, the more you learn, the more you actually earn. So if customers ask you about that, you'll be able to share that information with them and tell them specifically about that particular product. Okay. So just understand that it used to be that you had to have a minimum of a minimum $50 order in order to get these sale prices, but I think the order size now is like $40. As long as you have a minimum $40 order, you can order any of the items in the What's New demo guide. Now, the reason why you want to order demos is because demos help you sell products, especially the jewelry. When people see you wearing the jewelry, a lot of times I get so many compliments on my Avon jewelry, and they'll ask, "Well, where'd you get that set from?" And I always say, I got it from Avon. Are you interested in placing an order to order a set?" And that's how I get a lot of my jewelry customers is by wearing it. So you buy the demo products and you wear them to be able to showcase to customers. And when you are showcasing these products to customers, these are actually expenses. So any of these that you buy from the What's New demo guide, these are considered expense. It's an expense for your business, and you get to write this off on your taxes. Okay, so be sure to talk to you'll see it listed on your invoice. You'll see on your invoice where it'll have a separate section where it says demonstration products. And if it says anything you buy as far as demonstration products, that is an expense for you. You get to write that off on your taxes. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Don't buy, if you see it in the demo guide, go ahead and get it in the demo because you get to write that off as an expense, whether as to ordering it from the actual brochure. So always check the demo guide to see if the product is available in the demo guide. Now, keep in mind when you're ordering from the demo guide, it tells you on the front here what campaigns you can actually order it in. It says buy your preview products in campaign 18 and campaign 19. So if you don't place an order by campaign 19, you don't place the order by campaign 19, you won't be able to get the demo prices anymore. So just keep in mind, it will always tell you on the front here. See, like with campaign 19, it says buy your preview products in campaign 17 and 18 orders. So last campaign 18, was the last time that you could order demos from this What's New, the campaign 19 What's New demo guide. So always take advantage of the What's New demo guide because this is where you're able to write off your expenses on your taxes. So if you came into the business and you need some tax deductions, that's one way. Anytime you buy brochures, anytime you buy samples, anytime you buy What's New demo guides, anytime you buy anything that is to promote your business, such as um, um, ink cartridges for your printer, if you buy a printer, if you go to the office supply store and you have copies made, anything you do for your Avon business, hold on to those receipts because those are expenses and it really helps you when you file your taxes. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So I think that I have shared enough information tonight. I see that I've got a couple people online with me, and I'm going to open it up right now for Q&A. If you have any questions, go ahead and type it for me in the chat box, and I'd be happy to um, hopefully be able to answer your question. When I schedule this Q&A tonight, I totally forgot that Avon had a live um a live training tonight. Totally forgot about that. So moving on, moving ahead in the future, I'll be sure to check the website to make sure that I'm not colliding and there's a schedule conflict with the two, because I realize a lot of people probably attended the live webinar with Avon tonight. So if you are here with me tonight and you have some questions, please go ahead and type them in the chat box. Let's see here. Let's see, please. Let's see. Please share. Okay. So if you see that, you see that I just said questions, please share. So go ahead and leave it in the chat box. I'd love to um, get to know you. I'd like to know who's here with me. I can't see any names. I don't know how YouTube Live works, so I can't actually see any names on here. So if you are live with me, please tell me your name, and if you're on my team or if you just subscribe to the channel, just kind of tell me that basic information so that I can see who you are. I would love to be able to connect with you. Hopefully you are already subscribed to the channel as well. So I'm gonna give it a couple of minutes because I have the chat on slow mode, so it may be a little slow bringing up the question. So if you just joined me and you have any questions or anything, please feel free to type the questions for me in the chat box. Or if you just want to introduce yourself, let me know who you are. And if you're on my team, and if you're not on my team, just let me know. Um, okay, Tiffany Singletary, you're subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, Tiffany. I appreciate that. Sherry Thompson, not on your team, but a longtime subscriber. Awesome. Thank you, Miss Sherry. Thank you, Miss Sherry. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, so I am learning this new YouTube has kind of changed a lot. I didn't do a lot of lives on my other channel, but it is my goal to do. Hey, Miss Sandy Smith. Hello, dear. Hello. It is my goal to start doing more live um, on each of my channels. So if you are not subscribed to my other channel, please feel free to subscribe. You can follow, let's see, you can follow my other channel at Coach Felita. Okay, if you just type in Coach Felita, you should see my other coaching channel. And on that channel, I share different content. This channel is exclusively for Avon training. I just kind of switched it around a little bit because I'm going to use my other channel specifically for my coaching. So I branched off from my Avon business to my coaching business as well. I have coaching clients. I'm a certified life coach. So I share, like different things about life, wellness, nutrition. It's all about wellness on my other channel. So if you'd like to subscribe to my other channel, please be sure to follow me at Coach Felita. And I am also on TikTok. TikTok is my fun social media platform. So if you are on TikTok, you can follow me at Coach Felita. And again, you're gonna see me dancing on TikTok because TikTok gives me an opportunity to just let my hair down. Okay, just let my hair down and just dance and just have fun. Okay. Now I do share information. I do share other content on the other channel as well. But yeah, so TikTok is my fun channel. So it is my goal to start doing more lives here on this channel, and I'm also going to be doing some lives on different topics on my Coach Felita channel as well. Let's see. Sandy said, "Are you going to be doing training on how to use TikTok?" that is a topic that I have not even thought of. I'll write it down. So as a request, um, training on TikTok. Okay. Since you made that request, that'll be one of my videos that I'll do. You're gonna love TikTok. I mean, TikTok is just you can spend hours and hours and hours of time on TikTok. I absolutely love TikTok. So yeah, so if you are on TikTok, please be sure to follow me over there. And I'm not really posting a lot. Even though I have two accounts, I do have my Beauty and Boss Life page on TikTok, but I am not consistent about posting over there. So I really need to step up my game and start posting more on TikTok. And but I do post almost every single day on my Coach Felita channel. So, if you like, if you're on TikTok and you want to follow me there, please be sure to follow, and I'll definitely reciprocate and follow you back as well. Okay. So, does anybody have any other questions? I really kind of had this live available tonight for just Q&A. How long have you all been with Avon? Sandy, I know you've been with Avon for a long time. Sherry, how long have you been with Avon, Sherry? And Tiffany, how long have you been with Avon? Just curious to know. And thank you for sharing that tip, Sandy. I will definitely do a training on TikTok because if you are on TikTok is the hottest social media platform. And if you are not on TikTok, you're gonna really lose out. The way I see TikTok right now is kind of like when YouTube first started. When YouTube first started, if you jumped on it real fast, you would get lots of followers. So now is the time to get on TikTok because TikTok has billions of people on that platform every single day. So if you are following people and you are able to network with people on TikTok, that is the place to be. Let's see. Uh Sherry Thompson, she says she's 3 years recently, but off and on since 1989. Okay, all right. Thanks for sharing that, Sherry. Yeah, Sandy, I know you've been around for a long time. You've been around 18 years. This month, I actually celebrated my 23rd year. So I've been with Avon for 23 years. Isn't that hard to believe? I started this business when my daughter was 7 years old, and she's 30 this year. So I've been around a long, long time. Okay, Tiffany, you've been with Avon for 3 years. Okay, cool, cool. So let me ask you ladies something. Have you seen um a decline in your sales since all of the changes of the new products? Because I remember when Avon started making all of the changes and everything, my customers was just, they were a little ticked. And they didn't want to pay the more expensive product, the prices. But what I had to remind them of is that Avon cannot continue to be a dollar company. All prices have, everywhere you look, prices have increased. So we cannot continue to be a dollar company. And for you to expect for the company to continue to keep their prices at keeping 99-cent roll-ons, you can't find 99-cent roll-ons anywhere. And so I lost quite a few customers because they were a little ticked about that because they couldn't get the 99-cent roll-ons anymore. So I just said, well, those are people that I just don't need anyway. So it's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. So, but I do find that there's not as much customer loyalty as it used to be. And I think because we have so much um competition now with Amazon, with eBay, with a lot of other companies. I just think that that has contributed to a decline in some of the sales. Sandy said, yes, I seen a decline. I lost a lot of customers. Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. I lost quite a few, quite a few. As a matter of fact, I had I had been President's Club for as long as I can remember. One year, I think my second or my third year, I was actually Roll Circle. And the year after that, I went from Roll Circle to, I went kind of took a step back, went back to Honor Society. But I stayed at Honor Society for many, many years. And then I stayed at President's Club for the remaining of those years because my focus was solely on leadership. I just put all of my time and my energy into leadership. But the last 3 years, 3 to 4 years, I haven't made President's Club. So it's been a challenge for me. It really has. It's a different, if it's a different economy, it's a different market out here now. And the only way I see things really changing for us is that we're going to have to really get out and do more lives. So like this, we're going to have to really get on live because I see a lot of like the ladies who sell the $5 jewelry, the paparazzi. I see those ladies, that's how they sell and get a lot of their customers. So what I think we're going to have to do is kind of shift our thinking, and we're going to have to start getting in front of the camera, and we're going to have to start selling more in front of the camera. We're going to have to get in the front of the camera and start telling people, you know, this is the Avon Crave lipstick. It moisturizes your lips. We're going to have to get in front of the camera. We're going to have to start showing the lipstick colors, you know, just like those paparazzi ladies they get on and they show the jewelry and they put the numbers on the jewelry. So we just got to kind of change our thought process. And it's challenging because when you've been doing something one way for so long, as they say, you know, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. You know, like when I first started online, because I built my business offline, it was the hardest thing for me to sell anything online, you know, because number one, it's challenging trying to keep your focus. And then number two, it's like you got a multitude of people and you don't even really know where to start. The most success I have had in getting customers online is direct communication, inboxing people, introducing myself to them, asking them to like my business page, letting them know what I do, and if they were ever interested in any, you know, any products, you know, any skincare, fragrances, or any of our products to keep me in mind. I have this little spiel that I use. And I consistently did that. I would contact at least 10 people every single day, and I just started getting sales just like that. And I would always ask, is it okay if I leave um my website, or link to my website? I went during throughout the communication. So it's like a back and forth communication. It's never, you know, hey, how you doing? Here's my Avon website. It was never that, because you don't want to do, people don't like to be sold to. Again, people buy from people who they know, like, and trust. So you have to build the know, like, and trust factor with people. So if you are on Facebook the majority of the time, then you need to make sure that you have a Facebook page dedicated specifically for Avon. Okay, and post all of your products on that page. Now, you can take what you posted on your Facebook page and share it on your personal page. Okay, because Facebook frowns on you sharing products and information like that on your personal page. So you need to have a business page, and I think that's probably another another video that I probably need to do. How many of y'all have um your Avon business page? How many of y'all are doing that? How are you getting, or how are you building your business? How are you gaining new customers? Share with me what you're doing, what your strategy is. Sandy, how are you getting new customers? Are you still going out talking to people? How about you, Tiffany? And how about you, Sherry? Interested in knowing what your strategy is. I think what I'm going to do is start doing some more of the interviews. I used to do interviews with different representatives who were, very successful, who were like top sales. I'm going to start reaching out to some of those ladies and asking if they will come on and do a live with me, so that we can have more people just kind of share what their strategy is, because I'd be interested in finding out what more people are doing. So nobody is sharing, so I guess everybody's basically kind of doing the same thing, probably in the traditional fashion. But does any of you ladies have your Facebook page? Okay, so Sherry said trying to stay strictly online only, but no Facebook page, using YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter, and Google. Okay. Do you have a Google business page, Sherry? What are you doing specifically with Google? And Sandy said, I have a business page. Okay. Are you posting consistently on your business page, Sandy? And I'd be interested also in knowing, Sherry, do you do like YouTube videos? Is that what you're doing? And hopefully everybody is also following Avon, the Avon USA page as well, because that's where the company posts every single day. And that's where you can actually get a lot of your content from the Avon USA business page. Um, what I normally do is I download the PDF brochure. And what I normally do is just kind of copy. I screenshot a lot of the images from the PDF brochure. Now, to get the PDF brochure, you know how to do that. I created. Okay, okay, no problem, Sherry. It's just a little slow. The chat is a little slow. It's on like a 60-second delay or something like that. And ladies, while you're at it, please give me a like so that it'll boost me up in the algorithms, and hopefully we can kind of pick up some more people. Okay, so Sandy says, I am going out talking to people and share my brochure. Okay, you still doing old school. And how is that working, Sandy? Are people receptive, even though we're still kind of like in COVID and people really don't want to be touched? I'm just interested how that's going, because I don't do that anymore. It's so easy to text. It's so easy to text someone a brochure. You can go directly to your website and copy the link, and it's so easy to share it. And the thing that I like about using the digital brochure is that when you ask for the person's phone number, that's an easy way to follow up. Because when you're out there talking to people, sometimes people just don't want to give you their phone number. And when you are when you are, if you're talking to someone, if you're prospecting someone and you ask them, when was the last time you saw an actual Avon brochure? And they say, well, I haven't seen one in a long time. And just say, would you like to, I can send you one via text. Would you like to have a copy of one? And if they say yes, and all you have to do is say, okay, great. Let me just get your phone number. So you get their phone number and type in their phone number, go to your website, copy the link, send them, say, hey, Susan, here's a copy of the brochure. Bam. And you send it to them. And you've got a perfect way to be able to follow up with them because you just, number one, you got their phone number where you can do a easy follow-up. You can follow up via text and say, hey, Susan, this is Felita. I just wanted to follow up with you and touch bases with you and find out if you had an opportunity to browse through the digital brochure. Are you interested in placing an order? Let's see. Okay. All right. So Sandy, you're saying no, just thought it. So I guess you're saying the thought just came to you that you're still going out past. Because I was wondering how that was actually going because people are people are not as receptive to receive things anymore when your hands have been on it. People are in a different state of mind now. Their mindset is like, no, I don't want to touch nothing you don't had your hands on. So that's why I was asking you, how was it going? Because I don't see that working very well. But you could definitely easily text somebody the digital brochure, or you can also easily text them or email them a copy of the PDF brochure as well. Okay. And those are easy to download. All you have to do is go to the digital brochure area. There's a little down arrow on the digital brochure area. Just click on that down arrow and it'll download the PDF brochure for you. And you can save that to like your Google Docs file and use that and just share that with people. It's not working so well, so I started to do the internet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. People are not as receptive as they were, before COVID. COVID just kind of destroyed that face-to-face kind of marketing. And I was already really kind of burnt out on it anyway. So really the best way to find your customers now is definitely online and share through text messaging, through emails. That is the best way to do it. And especially networking on social media. Social media, you probably have so many friends, and you probably haven't shared your business with a lot of your friends as well. I know that I haven't, but I do get in the habit of asking people to um, like my business page, and that is helping my business page um, grow more followers. And but I am going to start doing some lives on that business page, even if I don't do anything but like an intro and tell people like what new products are available. I'm going to start doing lives and see if that may generate more sales. So that may be something you may want to consider. But let me see, who was that? Sherry, I was interested in knowing about your YouTube. Share your YouTube link with me, and I'll be sure to follow you and subscribe to your YouTube channel. I'd love to connect as well. If any of you ladies, Tiffany, if you have a YouTube channel, share it. Share your link. Just put the @ and the name of your YouTube channel, and I'll follow you. If you've got, if you're doing any type of promotion or content sharing on your page, I'd be more than happy to follow you because that's what it's all about. We have to help each other out. We have to help each other out. Okay. Let's see. So Sherry, I guess your name, I guess if I type in your name, um, let's see, Sherry Thompson. I guess you would be at Sherry Thompson. And then Tiffany, I guess you would be at Tiffany Singletary. Unless it's something different, let me know. Singletary. Okay. And then Sandy Smith. Okay. I'll be sure to find your channel and subscribe. Let's see. Sandy, it's not working so well. Okay. Sherry said just getting started on YouTube, only using it for SEO. Okay. Okay. I see. Gotcha. 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 Okay. Well, you got to start somewhere, right? You got to start somewhere. And that's the smart thing is that you got to get started. You got to get started. You got to get started. So I am going to do a video. I'll share how to get started on TikTok. I think there's a way that I can do it. I can download the TikTok app here on my desktop because I like working from my desktop rather than my cell phone. So I'll see if I can download the TikTok app and do it. I noticed that when we look up anything online, results from YouTube, Pinterest. Yeah, YouTube is a big search engine. So even if you don't do anything but a short on YouTube about a particular product, that alone will help your search engine optimization. So, like, say for instance, we are currently in campaign, and Pinterest is another one as well. Um, Pinterest, I was looking on Pinterest the other day and I noticed that I had like almost 3,000 views. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that because I had started Pinterest years ago and I just have not been as consistent posting on Pinterest. But seeing that I have so many views on Pinterest, that tells me I need to put some more energy there. And I think you can do videos on Pinterest as well. I have a YouTube page, but do not know how to use it. Okay, Sandy, you gotta educate yourself, sweetheart. All you gotta do is just go to YouTube and type in how to set up my YouTube page or how to get started on YouTube. Everything you need to know is right here on YouTube. YouTube is nothing but a university. That's how I learn how to do everything, is through YouTube. So Sherry says, come up the most often. Pinterest, it is huge. It really is, Sherry. And you know, I didn't realize Pinterest was so big. I just recently started getting active again, about 3 weeks ago on Pinterest. And that was when I noticed, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting all of these views and this is from stuff that I did years ago. So that told me that I need to be putting more focus on Pinterest because a lot of people go to Pinterest to, I guess they just like the boards. And I have a lot of boards on Pinterest, everything from fashion to home to Avon to health and wellness to life coaching, all of that. I've got all of that stuff on Pinterest. So I've got a lot of boards, so I can see why I would get the traffic because I do have a lot of content out there. But yeah, I think I'm going to start doing more, focusing more on Pinterest because it's very big. It's very big. Pinterest and TikTok. I definitely tell you, if you're not on TikTok, that's another one as well. But I can tell you, I know people are still on Facebook every day, but I want to encourage you to definitely start looking at other platforms. Learn how to use other platforms. Don't just get stuck with Facebook. People get so stuck on Facebook and they don't know how to leave. Facebook is not the only place where you're going to find lots of people. As I told you, Pinterest is another one, and also TikTok. So look into expanding your platforms and sharing your content on those other platforms. And really, to be perfectly honest, all you have to do is have about 2 to 3 pieces of content to share every single day, and you take that same content and share it throughout all of the other social media platforms. That's all you need to do. That it's really just that simple. And I am going to put together a Google Calendar, and I'm going to show you how to use Google Calendar, how to organize and structure your business and your life all in one. I just started using all of the features on Google Calendar. It has a task list, it has a reminder feature, it has, oh my God, it's powerful. It is so powerful. So look out for that video to come real soon. Okay, as a matter of fact, if I get some time tonight, I'm going to go ahead and record it tonight. Okay. So, ladies, I'm going to go ahead and end this live chat. I want to thank you, ladies, so much for chiming in tonight. I am so appreciative of your time. I know you could have been doing so many other things, but you chose to spend your time with me tonight. And for that, I say thank you. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Okay. All right, ladies. So I'm going to go ahead and end it tonight. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. And, remember to, follow me on my other channels. If you'd like to, just type in my name, Felita Downey. You're going to see me all over the internet. I'm everywhere. I am literally everywhere. So if you follow me, be sure to let me know who you are. Like message me or comment on a post to let me know who you are so that I can follow you back. Because sometimes I see people, there's so many scammers online who are posing as other people that I don't even waste my time following them back. They're using somebody else's photos, and then they're pretending to be somebody else. So I just don't follow a lot of people back a lot of times. But if you follow me, be sure to let me know who you are so that I can follow you back. Okay. All right. Okay, ladies, I want to say thanks again. Happy selling for campaign 19. Until the next time, y'all take care, take charge. Have a wonderful weekend. Blessings. Good night.